live. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to the Overcoming Podcast. I am Derrick.
I'm Luis.
And I'm Ania.
And Ania is our special guest today. Ania, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Ania. I am an individual with a disability. I have a disability called Spinal Bifida. I'm a wheelchair user. A little bit about myself. So I'm a group fitness instructor currently and also a disability advocate. That's pretty much how I spend a lot of my time these days. But yeah.
Luis?
Okay, so if you don't, you could answer or not. I know there are 200,000 new cases a year according to the CDC. How do you... And I know that the CDC has 4 different classifications of spinal bifida. What are the 4 types, and which one do you fall under?
Okay, that's a good question. Okay, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a quiz already. I know the main 3 types are myelomeningocele, spina bifida occulta, and then myelomeningocele. I have and then there's another type, the 4th type, which is a little bit more rare than the other 3, and I'm blanking out on the name. So -1 for Ania on that one. I have myelomeningocele, which is in retrospect the most like severe type of spina bifida. So yeah.
What made you get into teaching fitness?
Ooh, well, so I've been a fitness and sports person pretty much my whole entire life. I competed in sports at the age of 5. And then like I competed in swimming for a long time up until I was 13. And I hit a point, like once I stopped competing, I hit a point where I was like, I need to find my thing. I need to find that one thing that like drives me and like allows me to take advantage of life the way that I want to take advantage of it and love it the way that I love it. And so I got into dance. I got into the world of wheelchair ballroom, which then spiraled into my love of fitness and my drive to become a fitness professional for individuals with disabilities, because I felt and I saw that there was this major gap in the fitness world, especially with what I do. I do dance fitness, and a lot of individuals with disabilities who want to work out and they want to do something, but like financial strains, accessibility of gyms, also like some people aren't even able to get out of their house. So, you know, like there's all transportation, so many barriers. And so I wanted to get involved in a fitness format that allows those gaps to kind of be filled in, right? And be able to like offer something where like, here, okay, well here, this kind of offers what you're looking for. Here you go. You know, I mean, I never force people into my classes. You know, I'm always like, you're welcome to join if you want to join our family, but the resource is there for the people who are looking for it. So yeah. So I guess like short answer would be I got into fitness for the desire of changing the community and changing the way people view fitness and changing the pathways that are out there for people with disabilities.
Can anyone join that class?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. My classes are all inclusive, which means that, you know, wheelchair users, able-bodied people, people who identify as having invisible disabilities, whatever, like however you identify, you're welcome to take the class for sure. I am a wheelchair user, and the way that I cue, I try to be as inclusive as possible. I always welcome a dialogue with my students. Like if they're missing out on something, I always open a dialogue and say, hey, you know, what can I do to help you to make sure that you're getting the modifications that you need? So if I have a student in my class that's like a power chair user, I'm a manual chair user, you know, I will work with them and be like, okay, so let's figure out what would work for you. So yeah, they're open to everybody, open to all fitness levels too. You don't have to be a dancer to be taking my classes. Yeah, anyone and everybody is welcome. So
I'm gonna have to jump in one of these days.
yeah, please do. Please do. Like I said, everyone's welcome. And, you know, if you just want to vibe and listen to music, that's totally cool too. Like I had, you know, one student stay for one song or just stay just to hang out, and it's all good. You know, we all, like, especially now with it being quarantine and all the things, like a lot of people are hungry for connection in any kind of way. So that's really all I want to offer is that connection. So yeah, come anytime.
Right. So, what I guess this is an easy one. What made you choose to pursue a career in kinesiology as your major?
Okay. Well, when I was in the field, when I was getting my bachelor's in kinesiology, my idea was to get a degree that would supplement what I really wanted to do, which was get a master's in occupational therapy. I ended up going a different route, but my goal, like I've always been drawn to the field of therapy and the field of like, or any sort of job where you have someone like a therapist that is working with you and taking you from like A to Z. Like I just love seeing people. I love seeing that progress. You know, I love seeing people kind of like thrive. So yeah, when I was a kin major, that was the idea. But I had always been, you know, an athlete, always really fascinated by the field of exercise and all of the different ways that people can make a difference in the community. Like you can be a personal trainer, you can be an occupational therapist, you can be a physical therapist, you can be a PE teacher. Like there's so many different things that you can do. You can be a public health advocate. Like there's so many different things. And you know, I chose the group fitness route. But yeah, so really that was my desire. And I remember like when I was graduating, we had to do a capstone project. And my capstone project was creation of a toolkit for like fitness professionals who do like mainstream exercise and showing them how they can be inclusive in their classes. Because I think like, you know, you might have someone who's a wheelchair user who wants to go to the gym, but is afraid and doesn't know what's accessible and what isn't. And then the trainer might be scared too. So I created that with the idea of like making things more inclusive, but also changing people's mindsets, you know, making so that we can like create this world of like unity, you know what I mean? So that's like probably one of my biggest takeaways, being a kin major. Like that project kind of like solidified what I want to do in life. And yeah, so
it was your career is, it doesn't feel like a job.
not at all. Not at all. My parents, my mom's back there. My parents always taught me to follow something that is gonna make you feel good about yourself and is also gonna make you feel like you're contributing to society, so that it doesn't feel like work, so that you don't wake up like dreading your work day. You know what I mean? And that doesn't discount hard work. You know, she's always said, you know, you gotta work hard, you gotta put in the time and the effort. But yeah, I think all in all, I've always wanted a career or a pathway in life where I'm just like, I wake up and I'm like, I love life. You know, I mean, we have our days, we have our moments where like,
Yeah.
we're not going to love life that much. But the whole general consensus is like, you wake up with a purpose. So, yeah.
I know that we're going to do another podcast with you about advocacy
Mm-hmm.
and mental health. But can you touch a little bit about how, I kind of have an idea of how you're going to answer this. How does dance and dance therapy and all that stuff fit into advocacy for you?
Ooh, oh, so many ways. Oh my gosh. Well,
Give
first,
me, give us 3 ways.
okay. Well, okay. So first of all, dance like has done wonders for my mental health. So number one. Okay. Number two would be in the advocacy realm. Um, I have a sense of confidence in myself being a dancer, dancing, that I've never had before. And I feel like that confidence translates to my work as an advocate for other people, you know, because you can't have some sense of love in yourself. You can't make an impact on somebody else if you don't have like an inkling of confidence or inkling of like believing in yourself. And dance has always been like that, like when I finish a workout or when I do a dance class, I'm like, I feel like powerful. So that's number two. Number three would be it's provided a pathway to kind of allow people to think outside the box, you know, because it's so new, like dance and dance therapy, the concept is so new that it's allowed individuals to kind of think outside the box and kind of think about the vast amount of things that they actually can do, that the options are limitless, to a degree, and you can also create your own pathway if you want. So okay, so those are my top three.
Louis?
So when you find someone who might be lacking motivation to participate,
Mm-hmm.
how do you get them, amp them up?
That's a tough one. I think motivation, when it comes to motivation, there has to be a drive within that other person to wake up and say, I'm going to go to class or I'm going to go do this. So my role I feel my role would be to be the encourager, not the like, if you don't do this, you're gonna be da da. Like I'm not a drill sergeant, you know. More so just the like motivator, like, hey, own your power. You've got this, you know. Take your time, you know, do it at your own pace, but know that like this resource is here for you when you're ready for it, you know, because I feel like when it comes to motivation, like even for myself, like I've noticed that like there has to be some kind of drive, and there has to be like some kind of internal thing in my head that says I'm worthy of pursuing this. I'm worthy of going to class. I'm worthy of doing this goal or doing that or doing that. Like whatever intrinsic motivation you have, you know, you've got to have that in you first before you're able to actually like go to class and be consistent, and you know what I mean. And I'm just there as a, you know, motivator and a like a pusher, but not a like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Drill sergeant.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is what is and I know I ask this to everyone, but what is one of your favorite quotes?
Ooh. Like I have so many. Oh, there's one that's like super long. Hold that thought. I'm going to give you one that isn't exactly like my favorite, but it's a good one. It's by Christopher Reeves, and I just posted it in my group. Let me. Okay. So it says, so many of our dreams at first seem impossible, then they seem improbable. And then when we summon the will, they soon become inevitable. And that's Christopher Reeves. And I am like, I feel that. I felt that in my core. So yeah, I think that's a good one. That shows
Yeah.
that like
Yeah. What is your takeaway from that quote?
my takeaway is that we are a lot more powerful than we realize. We have a lot more to offer the world than we realize, and our potential is bigger than we realize. And once we reach that potential, you know, we get to reap the benefit of it, and then other people in our community get to reap the benefit of the person that you are. And I think that that's so important, especially now. Like we all need to lean on each other, and we all need to be like working together and just like being each other's hype crew, you know? So yeah, like when I think of that quote, I just think of the potential every single one of us has, and the potential I have personally to just like make something of myself, but also see the community grow and see just the world like become a better place, you know, like one of those a place that's led with love and led with the power of unity. Yeah.
So what would you tell your younger self?
Ooh. um I would tell myself to just do it. When I was younger, I didn't have a lot of confidence. I really didn't. Whenever something kind of like fell into my lap, I just kind of gave myself excuse after excuse to not do that thing. Um, and I think that's probably, if I ever had any regrets in life, that would be it. Because, you know, I think putting yourself in a position where you allow yourself to be confident enough to pursue whatever like thing is falling into your lap, like whatever like pathway has been opened for you, like just giving yourself the opportunity to experience that is really, really cool. I'm starting to learn how powerful it is once you say yes to certain opportunities. But yeah, I wish that was a lesson that I had learned at a younger age, because I feel like I would have been able to take advantage of a heck of a lot more in life. You know, there's so many amazing things out there that you can take advantage of and learn from. So yeah.
I know you spoke a little bit about your mom, but what is something that she always told you that keeps you going?
Who, my parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, so my parents, and I've met pretty much all of my role models in life. This one sentence has always stuck in my head. People are counting on you. When somebody, I remember my statistics tutors have said this to me, and my parents have always said that to me as well. But when I heard that sentence, it just like, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, somebody is counting on you. You never know who is actually like behind the scenes looking at your every move and wanting to draw inspiration from you. And there are people who are cheering you on, who are being your like internal cheerleader, whether you know it or not. Oh, that has stuck with me. I mean, when I have my moments when I'm low and I'm like, I feel like I'm not going to make a difference, I think about that and I'm like, do it for that one person. Do it for that one person. So, yeah.
I feel the same. Like, I've heard, as long as you reach one person, then it's all worth it. And I agree with them. I mean, yeah, there are many people who might be cheering against you, but as long as you reach that one who is on your team, then I think it's a great payoff.
Yeah.
Even if you never hear them say good job.
Oh, yeah. And you hit on something that I think is so, like, it's so important. I think words can be super powerful. And I feel like a lot of us have a tendency to, like, even if we get like more positive, that one negative comment might like hit us and we focus on that one negative, right? There are a lot of people in our life that are gonna like try to deter us from our potential. And it's so easy to listen to that and be impacted by that. But man, if you allow yourself to just like focus on all of the love and focus on all of the people that are like looking to you and wanting to see you successful, you can do amazing things.
Yeah.
You know, like this one negative comment, it can set you back so hard. And that's, it happens. And when that happens, I feel like it's okay to feel those emotions and kind of let that kind of make you feel shitty for a little bit. Sorry. But as long as you find something, that intrinsic motivation for you to go back to this, like the positive. I don't remember which hand I used.
Yeah.
Positive, negative, whatever, go back to the positive, basically. Like,
Yeah. I I I think, and the reason I said this before is that for me personally, I always take something negative and make it positive.
Mm.
And Louise has seen me do that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's I've always excuse me, I've always worked better under pressure
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I'm taking something that's building up a negative and make it into something positive.
Mm. That's awesome. That's huge.
And I think for me, I got that from one of my role models, Helen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From the way she grew up, and then until when she died, and it's like her whole story is like what like keeps me going.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
huge. Man, it's so important to have like our role models,
yeah,
like whether it's a person or like music we listen to that like keeps us going, like, man. Yeah.
and I don't know about you guys, but I think that in a community college or even at the university level, I think they should come up with a way for us to have mentors.
True. I agree.
And I think I don't know. No, I don't think I told you, Anya, but one of my things is that I'm not going to go to a university and spend all that money, which I could get my journalism degree. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a nonprofit to where
Awesome.
I want to teach other disabled people journalism, photography, art, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh,
kind of,
that is so cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
What is that just came to me? Where do you see yourself in the next 2 to 5 years?
Dude, I don't even know. um well, question. I think I'm going to be doing some form of fitness for the rest of my life, but I just I just accepted a position as a youth transition coordinator in advocacy. So I think um, I really kind of want to dive into advocacy a little bit more and just like focus on doing whatever I can get my hands on to just like help the disability community, help kind of bring my vision to life, which is like having people with disabilities and people who don't identify as having a disability just kind of work together, and like us being seen as one instead of like here's that community and here's that community. Like
Mhm.
however I can do that, that's what I want to be doing, is like uh, meeting goals where that starts to become a reality, where like we're like as one, whether it's advocacy, my fitness training. Yeah, who knows?
Would you?
I'm taking a training at the end of the year for a new, or at the end of the year, at the end of the month, for a new format. So who knows where that's going to take me. So yeah, yeah,
Would you? Would you teach classes to younger people?
yeah. I'm actually, so I also teach a format called Dance It Out, and that is through a different organization, and the classes are family centered. So we have a lot of like younger students, a lot of younger kids who come to those classes. It's also a fitness format, but just kind of catered more to the like younger crowd. I mean, my class is like there for any age, but they do kind of come. My the format that I teach does come from like the hip hop esque culture. So, you might have a song where you're like, that's not
Yeah.
a but that's the culture. And yeah, like, but Dance It Out for sure is that's a good one for the younger crowd. Super fun too.
Do you have a way we can contact you, like social media wise?
Yes. So I mean, I have Instagram and I have Facebook. My Facebook, I have my fitness group, which is called Cat Daddies and Crew Virtual Fitness with Ania. It's a really long one. But if people want to get connected with me and like do all the things that are fitness related, you can find me on Facebook. Just search me Ania and then my last name is Flatau, Flatau. Get connected with me. And then I'm also on Instagram, which is Ania Flat87. So
If you don't mind, can you send those to me? And
yeah.
I'll make sure I tag you, and we'll tag in all of those.
Okay. Yeah, I can definitely do that. And I can also send my YouTube channel for anybody who's interested in taking classes.
Yes.
So,
What is one last thing that you want us to know?
ooh, always that one thing. I mean, I think I already touched on it. I think just especially these days, leaning on each other, learning from each other, you know, making sure that like if you've had any what am I trying to say? Just lean on each other and support one another. Like even if you've had issues in the past with somebody, like reach out to them because life is short. Life is short. We should all be like learning from one another, and life is too short to be hung up on the things that hurt us. So yeah, just like be there for one another, love life, and be the best version of yourself that you can be, you know, and be okay with your setbacks. Like I think that's one key thing I've learned is be okay with your setbacks, and learn from them, and then allow those setbacks for you to grow.
Wise words.
Any final things, Luis?
No, I think that this interview with you, Ania, it opened up a whole. I don't want to sound like the Little Mermaid, but it opened me up to a whole new world that I wasn't aware of. And for that, I thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna have you back to talk about advocacy and mental health. Maybe we'll do that sometime next month.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. This has been the Overcoming Podcast. I'm Derrick.
I'm Luis.
And I'm Ania.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Ania.
Sure. Yeah, I was so nervous in the beginning. I was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't want to do